Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a foundation review on the brand new Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Foundation. And I have mine in the shade 420, which is the same shade that I have in the Pro Matte Foundation. So I'm just going to go into the foundation. I'm just going to go into the claims, and then I'm going to apply one side with a beauty sponge and one side with a brush, just to show you how well the foundation applies on both sides with the sponge and the brush. This is not my first time wearing the foundation. I've worn the foundation for maybe like a week, and I've tried it out, and I just want to give you my thoughts on the foundation. So I'm just going to apply it, and then I'm going to really quickly speed through the rest of my face on camera. I'm going to use all the Fenty Beauty products that I own so that I can show you how well the products work with the foundation. So just a little bit about my skin. I do have dry skin. Like, I don't have combination skin. I have dry skin. So I was super excited when she came out with this foundation, because the Pro Filt'r foundation, I own it, but to be honest, I returned it and I bought it again. I returned it, I bought it again. And I'm just like, okay, I have to do a lot to my skin to make the foundation work for me. Like, I really have to prep my skin to make the foundation look really good on my skin. So I was excited to try this foundation out, and I absolutely love the foundation. I love how it looks on the skin. So I'm going to go all into what I like about the foundation, how the foundation wears, who this foundation is for, etc., etc. at the end of the video. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the priming process. So I did not get the hydrating primer. I'm just going to prime my face with my YSL Touche Cloud Blurring Primer, because I mostly like pore filling primers, something that's going to smooth the skin. Get on with the application of the foundation. I'm going to apply it to the left side of my face, your right, with my brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to the left side. Alright guys, so it says that this is a hydrating Longwear foundation that delivers comfortable medium to full coverage in a natural finish for normal to dry skin. And it says that the highlighted ingredient in this product is grapeseed oil. So this product is cruelty free, and it comes in 50 shades. So here is the foundation on the left side of my face. As you can see, it looks really nice and dewy, and it really does even out the skin. I had a breakout here, and it didn't cover that up. So this is the side of my face with no foundation. And this is the side with one coat using the brush. So I'm just going to apply the rest that I have left on my hand to this side, just to show you how the foundation builds. Alright guys, so it says for full coverage, use 1 to 2 pumps on the back of your hand and apply it with a brush. Of course, they recommend the brush that she has, which is the 115 brush. And for even fuller coverage, just add another pump. So here is the side of my face, and this is not 2 full coats, but I did apply foundation twice to this side. I just applied the leftover from my hand, and this is how it looks. You can still see that blemish peeking through, but the skin looks amazing. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply it to my right side, your left, with my Real Techniques beauty sponge. Alright, and it says for a medium coverage to apply 1 pump to the back of your hand and use the Precision Makeup Sponge, which is Rihanna sponge, which is 100, and just apply it starting in the middle of your face and pressing outward, and that should give you a medium coverage. But I applied 2 coats, and it still gave me a pretty medium coverage using the sponge. Alright, and here is the foundation on the right side of my face. As you can see, you can still see my beauty marks. So it didn't give me a lot of coverage. My sponge soaked up a lot of the product. So now I'm just going to take whatever I have left on my hand, and then I'm just going to do a second coat with the sponge. So here is a second coat with the sponge. It did a lot better with the coverage. It still did not cover up my beauty marks, but it did do a lot better with the coverage. And here is the side with the brush. So this side has had a little time to settle, and as you can see, the foundation, it does stay really pretty and dewy on the skin. And here is the side with the sponge. So now I'm just going to take this little bit that's left on my hand and just go over this side to see if I can get a little more coverage. Alright, so here is the foundation. Foundation looks really beautiful on the skin. Alright, so now I'm going to just go ahead and film the rest of my face on camera, but I'm going to kind of really speed through this part just to show you the products that I use on my face. And then once I'm done with my entire face, I will come back, and tell you my thoughts on the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Foundation. Alright guys, so I'm starting off by using the Pro Filt'r Concealer in the shade 410. I'm just going to place this everywhere that I would normally highlight. I really love this foundation. It makes the skin look amazing. Next up, to set my concealer in place, I'm going to be using the Pro Filt'r setting powder, and I'm using the shade Cashew. I think that's the name of the shade. I don't have it right here in front of me. And then to bronze up the skin, I'm using the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. And I'm going in with a really, really light hand because this is a really deep bronzer. So I don't want it to be too deep, but it's a nice bronzer. Alright guys, so I'm back with my face done, and I'm coming back to give you my final thoughts on the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. Now, the foundation is definitely long wearing. I would say if you have oily skin, to steer clear of this product because even whenever you first put it on, it doesn't settle down. Like I left it on for like maybe 5 minutes and the foundation still looked really dewy. Nonetheless, it looks beautiful on the skin. If you just want to try this foundation, you have oily skin, I would say use that technique where, you know, they put the powder on before the foundation, and maybe, you know, you won't get as oily with this foundation. At the end of the day, whenever I wear this foundation, I don't get oily because I don't have like combination skin. I have like dry skin. So I honestly love this foundation. Now, the foundation says that it is medium to full coverage, which I definitely agree with those claims, even though I feel like if you want to get it to full coverage, you do kind of have to build on it a lot, especially if you use a sponge. So if you want that full coverage, I might suggest maybe 1.5 coats, and make sure that you use a brush. I love it with the sponge and the brush, but the sponge does make it look more skin-like. But I mean, overall, the foundation is amazing. I have the shade 420, and I want to say that this foundation, the hydrating foundation, doesn't oxidize like the matte one. So I suggest, you know, getting your exact shade. Like, don't get a shade lighter because you're going to be looking crazy, because this foundation, well, on me, it doesn't oxidize like the matte one does. So this is just how my skin is looking with the foundation on. For my highlighter, I'm wearing the Fenty Beauty Hustle Baby, I think, in Mo Money. And I just always mix the two together whenever I wear it. So that is what I'm wearing for my highlighter. But the skin looks amazing. The skin looks very skin-like. As you can see, even after I did my entire face, I had a blemish right here. And so I have like a little dark spot. And it did not cover that up. But I don't mind, you know, blemishes peeking through sometimes. So, like I said, if you love a skin-like finish, then you're really going to love this foundation. If you have oily skin, I would highly suggest steering clear of this foundation and just sticking with the matte version, the Pro Filt'r matte foundation. And if you have dry skin, normal skin, then I would definitely suggest trying this out. This product does retail, I think, for $35, and I picked it up from my local Sephora, so it is available in stores. I did not get the primer. Because I really like the primers that I use, and I wanted to use the product with a primer that I normally use on a regular basis. So I use it with the primers that I normally use, which is my YSL Touche Eclat Bluing Primer, and I absolutely love how the foundation lays on the skin. It just has my skin looking so beautiful, so photoshopped. So yeah, those are my final thoughts on the new Rihanna Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I would definitely suggest picking this up. I will have everything listed in the description box down below as to where this product can be purchased and a little more about the product. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next video.